Hariom children, welcome back. Today we are going to start with a new concept that is fractions. What are fractions? How many types of fractions are there and how we are going to use that? We are going to see in this chapter. Now, introduction. Fractions are numbers representing part of a whole. Representing part of a whole. Fractions are numbers representing part of a whole means what, Nana? When you are taking one number, we are going to divide that one number. That division is known as fraction. Means, for suppose I am having 4 pencils with me or 4 pens, whatever it is you take. That 4 I have to divide among 2 children. How I am going to divide? I am going to note it as 4 divided by 2. Yes or no? I am going to write it as 4 divided by 2. This is called the fraction of a whole number. A fraction is a number of the form p by q such that q is not equal to 0 or 1. P by q. Q will be always in the downside and it will be not equal to 0 and equal to 1. So it will be always other than 0 and 1. A fraction has two parts. The number on the top is numerator and the number below is the denominator. If you observe this image, you can see here P by Q form and the top number is known as numerator, bottom one is known as denominator, and it will be not equal to down number. It will be not equal to 0 and 1 any time. The other numbers will be following the denominator. The number can be greater or smaller than the denominator. It may be greater or smaller than the denominator. Which one? Numerator. For example, I am taking 1 by 5th of pizza is a fraction. How we are going to write that? We are going to write it as 1 by 5. Now, we'll see some problems here. 0 is a fraction or not? What is the solution? 0 is not a fraction since it is a whole number. 0 is not a fraction. Why? We are writing just 0 like this. We are not writing 1 by 0 or 0 by 1. Fraction means we will be having P by Q forms. Now a single digit what we are taken, it is known as whole number. So 0 is a whole number. We will not consider it as a fraction number. So 0 is not a fraction. Now 9 by 3 is a fraction or not? Here 9 by 3. 9 by 3 means it is in P by Q form. Now can you tell me it is a fraction or not? Yes, it is also not a fraction because 9 is completely divisible by 3. We know P by Q is a fraction form. But when you are writing a number in P by Q form and it is exactly dividing by the denominator, we will tell it as a whole number because this will reduce the number to a whole number. So 3 is not a fraction. 9 by 3 if you have taken, it is in P by Q form, but here what you have done, we are cancelling 3 ones and 3 threes. So what will be our answer here? Our answer will be 3. Denominator will not have 1 any time. That's why we will not consider 1 as a denominator. So 3 is a whole number. So that our 9 by 3 is not a fraction. Children, one more example we will see here. Write the fraction representing the shaded portion. If you observe this image, you can identify this is your shaded part. Only this is your shaded part. So, the total, what is this? This is one ball. It is only a single ball. That single ball is divided into how many parts? It is divided into 4 parts. So always in the denominator side you have to write how many parts we have divided. How many parts we have divided. So the ball has been divided into 4 parts. How many parts? 4 parts since only one of the fourth part is shaded. One of the fourth part means this is only the part which is shaded. Fourth part. Okay. The fraction representing the shaded portion would be 1 by 4 because this is shaded and remaining 3 are not shaded. That's why the number of parts are shaded here is 1. So we'll be writing the numerator as 1 and our denominator will be number of parts divided. So how many parts are divided here? 4 parts are divided. So we have to write the number of parts divided, that is 4. So our fraction will be 1 by 4. We will see one more example here. What fraction an hour is 40 minutes? We are taking a time here and we are going to identify what is the fraction for 40 minutes. We all know that 1 hour is equal to how many minutes, ma? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, right? 60 minutes. Now, how we are going to calculate 1 minute in hours? 1 minute can be written as, how we are going to write this? 1 by 60 hours. Because 60 minutes is nothing but 1 hour. That's why we are going to write it as 1 by 60 hours. Now, here 40 minutes, how we are going to represent now? 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 we have written. Then 40 minutes, how we are going to write? Yes, we are going to write 40 divided by 60 hours. 60 hours, right? Now, what you are going to do this? Just simplify this. How we are going to simplify? 0 and 0 gets cancelled. Now, 2 2s are 2 3s are. So, what is your fraction of 40 minutes? It is 2 by third of the hours. 2 by third of the hours. 2 by third of the hours. This is how we are going to simplify our time. First, suppose if you observe the image, this is the total image of your time, right? Now, if you consider this half part, it is 30 minutes, right? And this is 30 minutes. Okay. And in this 30 minutes, 40 means you'll be considering the 10 minutes over here. After 30, you are considering 10 minutes. So, how many minutes are left here? Here 20 minutes are left. So total how many parts we have taken in the time? 40 minutes we have taken, 20 minutes is left. So totally the clock is divided into 3 parts. How? 60 can be divided by 3. When you are dividing it by 3, each part is calculated for 20 minutes, right? Each part is calculated for 20 minutes. Now, here 2 parts are shaded. So, that shaded part we have taken up. And how many parts we have divided here? 3 parts we have divided. That's why 3 we have noted down. So, our total portion covered is 2 by third hour is covered. If you want same example, same explanation I have given this side. See, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute can be written as 1 by 60 hours. 40 minutes is equal to 40 by 60. Zeros cancels. Then we will be writing 1 by 6 hours. So cancel 2 2s are 2 3s are. So your answer is 2 by third hours. This can be shown by shading 2 by third portion. So you have shaded here 2 by third, that is 40 minutes you have shaded. Remaining 20 minutes is left over. So our fraction is 2 by third. Hope you have understood this. Now here we are going to see how to frame fraction on the number line. How to frame a fraction on the number line. We represent whole numbers and integers on the number line. On number line we will be having whole numbers and integers. Integers means maybe it is a negative number or maybe it is a positive number. Similarly, we represent fractions on the number line as well. In the same way, we can represent fractions on the number line also. How we are going to represent that? We will see now. Draw number lines and locate the points on them. What I have to locate? I have to locate 1 by 4th of the part on number line. How I am going to do this? The denominator is given as 4. What is the denominator here? 4. So, the unit length between two numbers will be divided into 4 equal parts. Denominator is here. We have taken our denominator 4. That's why we have to divide our number line on how many parts? 4 parts I have to divide. 1 by 4 means 1 part out of 4, right? 1 part out of 4. So it is marked on the number line at 1 by 4 and it lies between 0 and 1. Where it lies? It lies between 0 and 1. How now? This is your number line, right? Now, your starting point is 0. How many equal parts you have to do? 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? How you are going to identify this? From 0, if you divide, this is 1 by 4th part, 1 by half part, 1 by third part and 1 unit. How you have represented this? 0, 0.25, 0.5 half, right? 0.75 and last is here 1, right? So when you observe this, 1 by 4th means it is 0.25. That's why we'll be locating it as 1 by 4 on the number line. This is how we are going to identify our fractions on the number line. We will see one more example now here. Draw number lines and locate the points on them 8 by 5. We have to locate 8 by 5 on the number line. Now, the denominator is 5. Now, the unit length between two numbers will be divided into 5 equal parts. The unit length between the number will be 5 equal parts. Now, 8 by 5 is located on the number line between 1 and 2. So, how many equal parts we have to do, Nana? If it is from 0 to 1, we will be having 5 parts, right? Now, 8 by 5 is located between 1 and 2. So, how many equal parts we have to divide? Here 5 and here also we have to cut one more 5 equal parts. Total how many parts you have to divide? Yes, you have to divide the number line for 10 parts. Now we will see here. This is my number line 0 to 9 by 5. Here one more point you can take, that is 10 by 5. 10 by 5 is nothing but our 2. Right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, there are 10 equal parts. Now, what will be our differentiation in the parts? 5 by 5 is our equal part for 1. So, how you are going to see this? 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 5 by 5, 6 by 5, 7 by 5, 8 by 5, 9 by 5, 10 by 5. Each small line is giving the fraction. How? Denominator means number of equal parts and what is the part we have taken on the number line, right? If you observe, if you are seeing like that, first part will be 1 by 5. Second part will be 2 by 5. Third part will be 3 by 5. Fourth part 4 by 5. Fifth part 5 by 5. Here why we are writing denominator as 5? Because the number of equal parts from one whole number to other whole number should be 5 equal parts. That's why from 0 to 1, 5 equal parts. 1 to 2, 5 equal parts. That's why same denominator we are taking here. Right? Because 8 by 5 lies in between 1 and 2. So what is our answer now? 8 by 5 is our answer. In which portion? Second part of the 5. Second part. What is second part here? 1 to 5 is 1 to 2 is our second part. So 8 by 5 lies in the second part of our equal parts of 5. Now 8 by 5 is located on the number line. This is how we are going to represent our fractions on the number line. Here, now we are going to see what are the types of fractions. Types of fractions. There are three major types of fractions. We are having three major types of fractions. What are those three? Yes, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. So, how many types of fractions we are having, ma? Three types of fractions. What are those? Proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. Now we will see what is proper fraction. First one is proper fraction. What are proper fractions now? Fractions where numerator is always less than the denominator. Here in these proper fractions, always the top number. What is our top number? P by Q form I told. So P, always P will be less than Q. Numerator will be less than denominator. If numerator is less than denominator, such type of fractions are known as proper fractions. Proper fractions. It is called proper because the number of parts will always be lesser than the total number of parts. For example, here we have taken 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 2 by 7, 9 by 10 and so on. If you observe here, the topmost numbers are smaller than the denominator. These are called the proper fractions. Will always be lesser than the total number of parts. The value of a proper fraction will always be less than 1. It should be less than 1. Proper fraction means it is always less than 1 and it will be not more than the parts what we have taken. It will be less than the parts what we have taken. Now we are going to see what is improper fraction. What are improper fractions? Fractions where numerator is always more than the denominator. It is just opposite to proper fraction, Nana. Proper fraction means the numerator will be less than the denominator. But in improper fraction, what we are telling? We are telling that numerator will be greater than the denominator. It is called improper because the number of parts will be greater than the total number of parts. Whatever the parts we are taking, the numerator will be greater than the parts what we have taken. For example, I have taken here 5 by 3, 9 by 6, 8 by 7, 14 by 10 and so on. If you observe what you are seeing here, the first digits that are numerators, these are greater than the denominators, greater than the denominators. So, such type of fractions are known as improper fractions. The value of improper fraction will always be greater than 1. The value will be greater than 1 in improper fractions. Now we are going to see what are mixed fractions. We have seen proper fractions, improper fractions. Now the last one is mixed fractions. What are mixed fractions? Fractions where there is a combination of a whole and a fractional part. We'll be having one whole number, along with that we'll be having one fraction part. That is known as mixed fraction. Combination of whole number along with a fraction. That combination is known as mixed fraction. If you observe the example here, the image what I have taken here, 1 2 by 5 here, 1 is a whole number and 2 by 5 is a fraction number. And if you observe this, all improper fractions can be expressed as mixed fractions. Proper fraction cannot be changed into mixed fraction, Anna. But in case of improper fractions, we can convert them into mixed fractions. Mixed fractions are combination of a whole number and a fractional part. Now we are going to see how to express of mixed fraction as improper fraction and improper as mixed fraction. It is possible to convert the improper fraction into a mixed fraction and vice versa. It is very easy to convert an improper fractions to a mixed fractions. Improper fractions means the numerators are greater than the denominators. Top numbers are greater than the bottom numbers. We can convert such type of numbers into a mixed fractions. We will see the steps how to convert the improper fractions into mixed fractions now. Firstly, a division is carried out with the denominator as the divisor and the numerator as the dividend. So, what we are telling here, what is the question actually? We will be having 14 by 10 example I have taken. What is our denominator here? Our denominator is 10. What is our dividend here? 14. This 14 will be taken as the numerator and this will be as denominator, and when you are dividing, this 14 becomes the dividend and this 10 becomes the divisor. This is how we are going to divide a number. The quotient obtained through division becomes the whole number. When we are dividing the number, we will be getting one number on the top, right? That top number is called quotient. That quotient will be our whole number. The remainder obtained through division becomes the numerator of the fractional part. Whenever we are doing any division, if we get any remainder at the bottom, that will be our numerator of the fraction. We will see how to do that. The divisor or the numerator of the improper fractions remains the denominator of the fraction part also. Therefore, a mixed fraction is written as quotient remainder divided by divisor. The divisor or the denominator of the improper fraction remains the denominator of the fractional part also. It will be always, the divisor will be always the fractional part of a mixed fraction. Now, here I will tell you one example what I have taken before, that is 14 divided by 10, right? Now, 10 ones are 10. When you are subtracting 14 minus 10, what is your remainder here? Your remainder is 14. So, this 4 is your remainder, right? And this 1 is your quotient. And this 10, what you will call this 10? Your 10 is your divisor. This is your divisor, right? Now, how you are going to write it in mixed fraction now? Always quotient means the top number will be a whole number and your remainder will be your numerator divided by your divisor will be your denominator. So, your answer is 1 4 by 10. This is how you are going to form your mixed fraction with improper fractions. Now we will see how to convert mixed fractions to improper fractions. Following is used to convert mixed to improper fraction. What is the statement we have taken here? Whole number should be multiplied with the denominator plus numerator divided by denominator again. What is this here? What we are doing? First, the whole number is multiplied by the denominator and the numerator is added. Okay. Then after that, what is the step? The denominator of the mixed fraction remains as the denominator of the improper fraction. For example, we have taken 14 by 10. For that, what is our mixed fraction? It is 1, 4 by 10. Right? Now, this is our mixed fraction. I have to convert this into an improper fraction. How I have to convert? What is our statement here? Whole number should be multiplied by denominator. Whole number should be multiplied by denominator. What is our whole number? 1. Right? What is our denominator? 10. These two numbers should be multiplied each other. These two numbers should be multiplied each other. So, how we are going to write? 1 into 10. Right? Plus, what is your numerator here? Your numerator is 4. So, what you have to do? You have to add this number. You have to add this number. Plus 4. Now again that should be divided by your denominator. What is the actual denominator in your mixed fraction? That denominator only you are writing there. So what is your actual denominator? 10. Same denominator you write down. Now what will be your answer here? 1 into 10 is 10 plus 4 divided by 10. Right? So what will be your total answer now? Your total answer will be equal to 14 by 10. Right? This is how you are going to convert your improper fractions into mixed fractions or mixed fractions into improper fractions. Now we will see some examples regarding these fractions. Express the following as mixed fraction. Here what we have taken 20 by 3 is our improper fraction. We have to convert these improper fractions to mixed fractions. How we have to convert this? A division will be carried out with 20 as the dividend and 3 is as our divisor, right? 20 is as our dividend and 3 as our divisor, right? So 20 is dividend here and what is our divisor? 3. In 3 table, what is the nearest number for 20? Yes, 3 6 are 18. Now what we have got here? 18. 20 minus 18, what is our remainder? Yes, it is 2. Now, what is our statement to convert this into a mixed fraction? Whole number will be our quotient. Whole number will be our quotient. What is our whole number? This is the quotient. 6 is our quotient. So, it will be our whole number. And what is our fraction? Remainder by divisor. So, what is our remainder? 2. And what is our divisor? 3. So, what will be our total answer? It is 6, 2 by 3. 6 is whole and 2 by 3 more. Total it is 6, 2 by 3. Therefore, the mixed fraction obtained has 6 as the whole number and the fractional part as 2 by 3. This is how you are going to convert an improper fractions to mixed fraction. We will see one more example regarding this. Express the following mixed fractions as improper fractions, that is 8 4 by 9. 8 4 by 9 is our mixed fraction. We have to convert this into improper fraction. We have to convert into improper fraction. In this case, 8 is the whole number, 4 is the numerator and 9 is the denominator, right? And what is our statement? How we are going to convert this into improper fraction? Yes, whole number into denominator plus numerator by denominator. What is our whole number? 8. That should be multiplied with our denominator. What is denominator? 9. 8 into 9 plus what is our numerator? 4. Right? What is our denominator here? Denominator is 9. Now, what you are going to get answer? Going to get it as 8 into 9 plus 4 is equal to 8 nines are. How much 8 nines are? Can you tell me? 72. 8 nines are 72 plus 4 divided by 9. So total what will be your answer here? 72 plus 4, it is 76 by 9. Your answer will be 76 by 9. 76 by 9. Thus we get an improper fraction with 76 as the numerator and 9 as the denominator. It can also be seen that the value of this fraction is greater than 1. Yes, it is always greater than 1. Improper fractions will be greater than 1. Children, now it is your turn. Practice all types of fractions and do your exercise. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me. And what is your exercise? What fraction of a day in 8 hours? Draw number lines and locate the point on them. Express the following as mixed fractions. Express the following as improper fractions. Get back to me if you have any doubt. Hari Om. Thank you.